Hey you guys, and welcome back to Dr. Holloman's music class. Like I said, if you follow me on TikTok and saw my last video, it's been a minute since I've been able to post anything. Just last semester has just been crazy, and any of my fellow music teachers, especially if you're choir director too, will totally understand. With end of the year programs and everything going on, it's just been hard to find time to sit down and record. But now that summer is here and I've had a few technical difficulties trying to get software and audio and everything to work right, so it's been a few weeks since summer started, finally able to get back into the swing of it, and I hope to make a whole bunch more videos before school starts back up for the summer. But I wanted to use this video to highlight something that I recently did using AI in my classroom. I'm actually doing a presentation this weekend. If you're watching this the week of June 16th, my presentation is going to be June 21st at 9 o'clock in the morning, and that is Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, with the International Music Education Summit. And this is a video login that you can watch the live presentations, so you don't actually have to go anywhere for this. It's only $57. So if there's still time to register by the time you're watching this video, please do so and use my code Holloman2025 to get a discount on your registration fee. Once you're registered, you can actually watch the videos for up to 6 months after the conference is over, so you don't have to be present during the live presentations to see everything, which is really, really cool. So make sure to check that out if registration is still open. Like I said, I was hoping to have this video up way before, but some technical difficulties have been kind of kicking me in the rear a little bit, and hopefully I finally got a handle on everything. So this presentation is going to be on just the general use of AI in your music classroom. But for today's video, I wanted to get very specific on how I used AI, specifically ChatGPT, to create an escape room covering Western music instruments as kind of a wrap up to a unit that we did for my third graders. So I wanted to show you some of the activities that I created, and I will be posting this stuff on my Teachers Pay Teachers. So make sure to go check out Dr. Holloman's music class on Teachers Pay Teachers so you can get this all for free, all of the stuff that I created, and let's get into it. Okay, so first off, what I did when I went into ChatGPT, I typed in, and when you're creating any prompt for anything that you're creating on AI, and this is one thing I'm going to be covering in my presentation on the 21st, is make sure to be as specific as possible. Tell them what it is for, what is the purpose, what's the objective, what grade is this going to be for, how many activities do you want to be included, things like that. So just be as specific as you possibly can. So when I typed all that in to ChatGPT, and it did take me a few times to kind of just get my prompt exactly where I wanted it for the activity, for the generalized thing that I was looking for. And after a little bit of tweaking and refining on my prompt, this is what it came out. And then from there, I was able to take this activity and just kind of run with it and then add some things to it and do my own thing. So remember, AI is not you put it in, spit it out, do exactly what it says. Use it as a foundation to build on for what you're wanting to do as far as the activity is concerned. So this specific activity, like I said, was Escape the Music Room, covering Western music instruments. And it was for my third graders, and it sets up the storyline from the start. So the storyline, oh no, the magical music room has locked itself. The only way to escape is to solve the music theme puzzles and unlock the music code. Can you work together to solve the clues and escape before the final bell rings? So that's the setup. I didn't really use that setup storyline, but I thought that was kind of a neat setup. It also gives you the materials that you're going to need right below the storyline, as you can see here. Now, this particular escape room only included 4 activities. I added a fifth activity to it, and I'll go through what those activities were in a moment. So one of the things that it gave me activity for was the mysterious instrument sounds. So I had to think of a way for the students to work in their teams, and I separated each of my classes into 5 teams. You do whatever number of teams works for the number of kids that you have. So in their teams, they had to work together to identify the sounds of the instruments And to do that, I had them use the iPads because I do have a classroom set of iPads. So I created this set of instructions. I found a Kahoot game where the students listen to the instrument and they have to have, of course, 4 choices for those who are familiar with Kahoot. Of the 4 choices, you pick which one they think they're hearing. And when I created it, used it, put it in my favorites, and then did a signed Kahoot, not a live host. You do a signed Kahoot. And then it generates the game pin. So I would put the game pin at the bottom. Make sure to put the due date as far out as you need it for however long you think it's going to take, however many classes you've got. I have 3 classes of 3rd graders. Each one I only see once a week. So I had to make sure to keep the Kahoot open for, to be truthful, about 3 weeks to make sure that all the teams from all the classes were able to get into it. So this is the instructions that they followed. Once they found that station in my room where the iPads were, they grabbed one iPad for the group, and then one of these set instructions, put in the game pin, played the game. They had to show me at the end of the activity what their percentage was. I put 50% on here. You may want to do it higher. All the kids scored higher for me anyway, so next time I do this, I'm probably going to aim it a little higher than that. But just to start out, when I'm first doing this, I just wanted to make sure that they could be successful at it. Now that I know that I've done this 1 year, and any of my veteran teachers out there know you tweak as you go through your years. So I'm definitely going to be upping the percentage of correct answers before they can move on from that activity. So once they complete that activity, all the activities, they'll get one of these 5 letters. Of course, you can see it spells out music, but for the iPad activity, they get the letter I. So I'll explain how I had them go to each of the stations so that they weren't all working on the same thing at one time. We'll get into that in just a moment. But each of the 5 stations had one of the letters assigned to it, and at the end of all the stations, they got all 5 letters. They had to unscramble it to get the word music. And then the second activity, one of the other activities I had them do, was they had to take a bunch of little pictures of music instruments. So I just found, just created a Google Doc and however many, like the different pictures for each of the families. So I did like 6 woodwinds, 6 brass, I think it was 8 percussion, and 6 string instruments. And they had to get a little packet that had each of these instruments. I'd laminated everything. You can get a classroom laminator for your room. Do it. It's awesome. So I laminated everything, cut it all out, created 4 of a kind. So I had 4 packets with each of these instruments. And then I laminated the card and the instrument. Let me find there it is right there. So the card that I created looked like this, very, very simple. They grabbed 1 card for the team. It was paper size, and they grabbed 1 packet, little envelope, little Ziploc thing. And then they had to work as a team to put the instruments in the different families, show me that they had them all in the correct locations before they got their letter that went with this activity. So they actually had a lot of fun doing that one, and I had several of them that were able to get it really quick. A few of them need a little bit of guidance as you're walking around checking on your groups. So just play it by ear like that. So that was actually this instrument down here, the puzzle game. I skipped ahead to station 4. For this one, they actually had to unscramble the letters. Now, I asked ChatGPT to actually create this unscrambler worksheet. Make sure that you check anything that ChatGPT is spitting out. It actually put an O for number 10 in the word guitar as opposed to a U. So I had to make that change in the Google Doc before I printed it out for the kids. So double check anything that you put through ChatGPT when you're asking it to create any kind of worksheet, word search, scramble, or anything like that. Make sure to double check it. Another one of the activities they did was the rhythm code. And this one, I simply printed off a couple of rhythms from Sight Reading Factory and just pasted them on a sheet, made a whole bunch of copies, and set it over by the bucket drum area. So once they got into the bucket drum area, they grabbed one of the sheets, they each grabbed a bucket drum, and then as a team, they had to work on both the rhythms. To get past that particular station, I had to go and listen to them play the rhythms as a team, making sure they kept a steady beat, correct rhythm syllables, whatever kind of syllables you use. I use cold eye. So just all that before they can move on to their next activity. One that I added that actually wasn't a part of what ChatGPT gave me when it spit out these activities was the riddles. So for the riddles, I just went and typed in a Google search, just general Google search, music related riddles, and then found a website that had this, and I used my snip and save feature on my computer and just cut out it as a screenshot, put it into the Google Doc, and then created the word bank for them to be able to get the answers from. This one, they actually did a lot better than I thought. That I was kind of like, oh, I'm not really sure if they're going to be able to get all these. They actually did a lot better than I thought, even with the letter P, which goes with the riddle. I am not at the beginning of the phrase, or I am at the beginning of the phrase. I am at the end of harp. I appear once in xylophone, and I appear twice in a pair of bagpipes. What am I? So most, I would say probably 90% of the groups picked up on that. They were confused at first when they saw the word bank. P? Was it just P? Is there something else? No, it's just P. And they kind of figured it out. So that was really neat, and they had a lot of fun with that. So those were the 5 activities that I did. Now let me explain to you how I had them get to the each different stations, which was another thing that I had ChatGPT create for me. So after splitting them into 5 groups, I had 5 different color cups, because we do cup rhythms, so I have all kinds of color cups in my room, just solo cups. And I would say, okay, you guys are team pink, you guys are team green, team orange, so and so and so on. Each of the cups had one of these 5 rhythms in it, and each cup had all 5. They had to come up as a team, pull a riddle out of the cup, go back to their team, solve the riddle, and I had to make sure you cannot go anywhere until you show me you've solved the riddle. I had a couple of teams, of course, they think they solved it, and where they had actually solved it, and they just start running around the room. No. You'll have to say, hey, we think we know the answer. I come over, approve the answer. That way I can give them the instructions. So if it was the room riddles or the descramble worksheets, I can say, you each need to get a worksheet for each of you out of the folder, wherever it is that folder is located based on the riddle they're solving. For the instrument puzzle, where they had to put the instrument pictures with the families, okay, I had to tell them, okay, make sure you just get one baggie for the team, one of the cards, because you're going to work on it together as a team, and return it back once I have approved that you have completed the activity successfully. So mine were 5 stations. I have a ukulele rack that I put a folder underneath. So of course the second riddle there, the 4 tight strings, refers to the ukulele rack. The third riddle, something you fill up high, flip me over, give it a try. Sticks or hands, of course that refers to my bucket drums, which is a very prominent area in my room. They had a little bit of trouble with the last riddle, the big flat. I have a bunch of black folders that my Music K8 magazines are in, so I had to kind of like guide them a little bit on that one. Flat and open wide, so I kind of had to do a motion, and so they picked up on it. For the first one, of course, that was the iPads. I had a desk in my area of my room. I was able to set 4 or 5 iPads out for them to go and get. That way they're not running to my closet where I keep the iPads just all the time. So when they finished the riddle went behind the cup. They went and did the activity. Once they finished the activity, I gave them the letter that goes with the activity. Like they got a U when they finished the riddles or the stuff that was under the ukulele rack, an I for the iPads, S when they finished the bucket drums, so on and so on. And then they went and got the next riddle. Had to let me know what the answer was before I let them go. That way, and it's constant walking around. Of course, you want to make sure you move it around at all times. So the kids had a lot of fun doing this. They knew that it was a race to get the 5 letters to get them descrambled. So they just absolutely had a just outright blast doing this activity. And I had a lot of fun putting it together with the help of ChatGPT. So I really hope you guys enjoyed learning how I was able to create a whole escape room with, of course, some stuff that I've added using AI, specifically ChatGPT. Make sure to check out some other AIs that are out there. Of course, Gemini is something new that's becoming prominent. ChatGPT is more text-based, and Gemini is more like from what I can tell right now, video, audio, and image-based kind of stuff. It does do some data analysis, but I prefer ChatGPT to be truthful. But there's so much more out there. Deep AI, Perplexity. You've got Magic School that's now incorporating music stuff into their AI components of Magic School. There's Lyric Lab. There's Chordify. There's so much stuff out there, and I'm hoping to do more mini, smaller videos from this big presentation that I'm doing for IMES. I'm hoping to take and create just individual videos for each of those activities that I do. That way I can just have an AI section on my website. Speaking of which, make sure to go check out my website, lmhmusicteacher.wixsite.com/mysite, so that you can check out not only the videos that I post on my YouTube channel, Dr. Holloman's Music Class, but also links to other resources like Beth Notes and Sight Reading Factory and all these other stuff. I'm going to be adding a new AI section into the technology part of my website, so make sure to go look at that. And as always, like, share, and subscribe, and follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I post more on TikTok. I'm trying to get better about that for Instagram. But again, like, share, and subscribe this video. Let's get the word out. And if you have anything that you have questions about, or technology, or just any subject in choir music, elementary music, private studio stuff that you want me to answer, you can contact me through my website, or you can leave a comment in this video for that. And make sure to also go check out my Teachers Pay Teachers, where you can find all of these resources as PDFs that I've uploaded for free in my Teachers Pay Teachers store. Dr. Holloman's Music Class for everything, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye.